Boy, tell him, player, yeah, player, oh yeah, oh player, yeah, oh yeah, alright, oh yeah. Alright, so now that I'm in a real G'd up mood, what, yeah, Soulja Boy, tell him, yeah, oh, what? What's that? It's not 2005 anymore? It's not 2004 anymore? Soulja Boy, tell him. Soulja Boy is, you know, not relevant anymore. Oh, but he's trying to be. Oh, he's trying to be. Trust me, guys. So Soulja Boy, tell him. You know, there's no way that anybody could possibly say this man's name without saying, tell him, right after it. So, anyway, you know, old Soulja, he's making some fake consoles that have ROMs on them. Is the man out of his mind? Yes, you don't have to answer that rhetorical question. Because, first of all, a lot of these ROM consoles he's coming out with, so we've got like two handhelds that are very reminiscent of some Raspberry Pis that are coming, that, you know, have been released in the past, that are widely available on eBay, even Amazon. A lot of these things are made in China. They've flown under the radar. Nintendo can't get to them because, hell, look at eBay. If you look on eBay, there are so many different things. Guys, I've even ordered a great game called Brutal Super Mario World, which I'm planning on reviewing sometime soon, which is a ROM SNES cartridge. It's still possible to get new SNES games, but they come from China. You know, they've flown through a loophole. You know, you can't get people that are in these international countries because, you know, the law doesn't apply to them. So, but the difference here is Soulja Boy, tell him, is making this in the good old US of A. So he is fair game. And many of these fake consoles have a lot of classic Nintendo games on them. More specifically, I believe it's the handhelds. The other one is called the Fuse, which looks like a PS3, PS4 rather. And then there's another one that looks kind of like an Xbox One S. So you've got two home consoles, and these things, Soulja Boy, tell him, has he's charging $400 for this shit. And the funny thing about all these things like I just mentioned is they're available on other sites. And the thing is, why would you even want to make a Chinese-made product? Some of these things are not half bad, but they don't exactly have the best reputations. You know, these are not exactly, you know, great companies. But basically, what Soulja Boy is doing is, I guess they're like buying a lot of this stuff up somehow, and they're slapping his name on it, and they're reselling it at a higher price, which is just fucking bananas. So I guess that's what it is. I guess they're just buying a bunch of shit, and they're just, you know, just overcharging. I mean, you know, can you believe this? This is like, this is the most outrageous thing I ever heard. Because I don't think that Soulja Boy is actually having people remake these consoles. Now, I've heard that there's even small similarities. I've heard that, like, Soulja Boy's Fuse actually has less processing power than the one from China. And that's pretty pathetic. I mean, if you're making a worse product than China, you know, your product really has problems. You need to really reassess what you're selling. I mean, how can you be confident, especially somebody like Soulja Boy, someone with the legacy, the legend of Soulja Boy? Tell him, how can, how can he sleep at night knowing he's selling a cheap-ass, half-assed product, and he's selling a knockoff? And the funny thing is, Nintendo, just like Sony did a few years back, has purchased one of these fake consoles. They see the ROMs on there, and they are going to fucking sue him. They're warning him. They're giving him a warning. They're like, if he continues to do what he's doing, that he is going to continue to get sued. And, doesn't this guy learn his lesson from the story of a married couple, a simple married couple, not a multi-millionaire entrepreneur type of guy like Soulja Boy, tell him, but just a simple family, a husband and wife that just had ROMs, a ROM archive website. They are in the midst of being responsible for paying Nintendo $12.2 million, and they don't have that money. So where are they going to get that money? That's what a lot of people have been asking. I haven't covered this story here on this channel, but a lot of other people have. And it is a pretty frightening story. What would you do? Being that I would assume that most of my subs and viewers are not millionaires and don't have like anywhere close to that amount of money. Like, even if you had like a good job, like a good paying job, you probably wouldn't really get anywhere close to that amount of money, for most people anyway. What would you have to do if you were responsible for paying a bill that's not only $1 million, not $2 million, but $12.2 million? Like, even the .2 part is kind of scary. So, I understand that maybe $12.2 million might be chump change for Soulja Boy. I don't know what the guy's been up to as of late. I don't know how much music he makes. I mean, we all want to say, oh, he has to resort to this, but I guess it's just an extra way. He has a big store online where he's selling, a lot of different merchandise, such as, headphones. And once again, almost everything on his website is stuff that you could get elsewhere for cheaper. And I've seen a lot of websites like this. But, most of it has some type of legality behind it, or they've gotten permission at least. Soulja Boy goes ahead, and not only does he say that he doesn't give a you-know-what about Nintendo's threats to cease and desist, which is just flat-out stupid, because why would you egg Nintendo on? Because I guarantee you that Nintendo has even better lawyers, as you can tell, that they actually manage to, there was no sympathy shown for that couple. They managed to get that sentence, of having to pay that amount of money back to Nintendo. So, with the lawyers that they have, Nintendo, and Soulja Boy, and, I'm sure Soulja Boy is going to want to fight this one out in court. He could end up owing Nintendo a lot more than 12.2. It could ruin him. And you could kind of see how things are going, because we've seen stories like this before. Oh, I'm not going to get in trouble. All the detractors on YouTube, he's going after them. He's called them some, homophobic names. He's used a few F words here and there. No, I'm not talking about, F you. I'm talking about the other one, the gay term, the forbidden term, and which is like the new really bad word to be saying on the internet now. And he went ahead and he said it. It was a word that pretty much ended Kevin Hart's career. And he's used this word within the last week or two, probably 10 times more than Kevin Hart's used it probably in his whole life. This is really, really stupid on his part. And I'm not saying that this guy, you know, he's not a dummy. You know, he may act a bit foolish, he may act a bit juvenile, but, you know, the guy, to a certain degree, he has some level of smarts. You know, he has more money, he hired the right agents, he got involved with the right people, or he's making more money than you and I. So he's doing something right. But he's also doing something very, very wrong at the same time. And he needs to be held accountable. Especially when he comes and he's mocking gamers and he's mocking others that are pretty much trying to tell him, Soulja Boy, wake up. Soulja Boy, tell him anyway, wake up. And you know, smell the fucking roses, smell the cappuccino, do what you gotta do. Because, you know, the same way that Soulja Boy is saying that, you know, thanks for the free promotion, and a whole bunch of goofball, jabroni, Mama Luke idiots here on YouTube, they actually have bought his console. They've actually purchased a fake Soulja Boy. Like, not even buying the actual cheaper models. No, actually buying like a Soulja Boy fuse. That's what it's called. To actually make their point in the video. I'm not doing that. You shouldn't do it either. No one should be doing that. If you don't support what Soulja Boy is doing, even to make a point, you shouldn't do it. I understand why Nintendo probably purchased it. They want to inspect this thing. They want to see what it's all about. So probably the best way of doing that legally is to purchase one offline with their amount of money. That's peanuts to them. $400? Sure, because what they're going to make in the lawsuit, they're going to be making how much more than that? You know, when you add it all up, it's going to seem like nothing for buying one fake Soulja Boy branded console. So, you know, but if you're going ahead and you're buying this thing just to make a point to say how bad it is, it doesn't make you look too smart. It really doesn't. I mean, that's like buying a game, you know, just to review it, just to say how bad it is. You know, when you really don't want that game, you know, you're going to go out of your way to purchase it. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, you know, unless you were sent a free, like, reviewer's copy like some YouTubers. Then it would make sense, but it doesn't make any sense to go out and buy something just so you could bitch about in the video how bad it is. So, you know, I'm very disappointed in a lot of those people, because some of those are good. Some of those people are good YouTubers, good people, but they did some stupid things like purchasing items that, you know, are being illegally made. So not only are you supporting that those bad business practices, not only are you supporting a bad person like Soulja Boy, but, you know, it's just making you look foolish. And I don't want to see anybody purposely making a fool. I mean, it's entertaining, but when it comes to this, it's really not funny. It's stupid, and it's cringeworthy, and it makes me want to shake my head when I see that happening here on YouTube. So I don't want to see anybody purchasing those consoles anymore just to make a point. So there you go, folks. These are my thoughts on Soulja Boy and the consoles that he's making. You know, he's not going to learn that he just needs to stop. You know, also through all these videos, instead of telling everybody, you know, like that they're wrong and that he'll do what he wants and he doesn't care, you know, and he's like, oh, thanks for the free promotion. That's true, but the thing is also, try to, you know, interpret this as maybe people trying to tell you you're doing the wrong thing and you should turn back before it's too soon. You know, Nintendo already sent you a letter. Are you, like, not aware what happened to that couple that had the ROM site? You probably do, but you probably think that your team of lawyers is stronger, and you think that you're, you know, you've got the cunning, and you think that you're slick, and you're hard-headed. And you're ignorant, and you're arrogant, and you're egotistical, and you think that you're invincible. You feel that you're on the top of the world. You feel like you're the renegade, and you feel like, you know, you're going to beat this thing. But you're not going to beat this thing. you're gonna get beat because you're messing with Nintendo. And, you know, God knows what else, what other ROMs for all the companies that are on these fake consoles that you're making, that you're selling, rather. You know, the other people made them in China to try to make money. Now you're trying to make money off a product that you don't even own. So it's basically like, not only that, but you're like double dipping here. You're just like, you know, I'm bodies, you know, it's products that are not even really supposed to be being made, but they can't really be sued by Nintendo because, you know, they're like out of the country. They're being made internationally, so it's being done through a loophole only. And you're going ahead and you're slapping your name on this stuff, but you know, you right here, you know, this is not out of the jurisdiction. That's U.S. copyright law, and you're breaking it. So you're not as cunning as you think you are. So, you know, go ahead and laugh at everybody on YouTube, laugh at everybody on Twitter. You're going to laugh yourself either into a jail cell or a really, really, really big fine. I mean, you're really dancing with the devil now, buddy. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video, please hit a thumbs up. If you didn't, and you actually agree with Soulja Boy in these consoles, and maybe you've purchased one, you know, hit a thumbs down and tell me why. Why am I wrong here? And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click the bell so you get all the notifications when I post all my new videos. And check out some of the other content I have posted here, guys. And probably posting a game review very, very soon. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. Until next time, guys. Thank you for watching.